By April 8, the most advanced German units had arrived at Derna, but some units which had cut across the court of the Jebel Akhdar ran out of water and fuel at Tengader. Heinrich von Prickwitz's UND Gaffern, the commander of the 15th Panzer Division, was sent ahead with a column of reconnaissance, anti-tank, machine gun, and artillery units to block the eastern exit from Tobruk as the 5th Light Division moved from the southwest and the 27th Infantry Division, Brescia, advanced from the west. On April 10, Rommel made the Suez Canal the objective of the Afrika Korps and ordered that a breakout from Tobruk be prevented. The next day, the port was invested, but the rush ended with the 5th Light Division on the east side, the Prickwitz Group to the south, and the 27th Infantry Division, Brescia, to the west. Reconnaissance Unit 3 went on to Bardia, and a composite force was sent on to Solum to try to reach Mersa-Matruh. From 11 to 12 April, the 5th Panzer Regiment probed the defenses of the 20th Australian Brigade near the El Adem Road. The tanks were held off by artillery fire. German infantry who reached the anti-tank ditch were forced back by Australian infantry. The Germans were surprised, having assumed that the shipping at Tobruk was to evacuate the garrison and planned a night attack by the 5th Light Division for April 13th and 14th. Groups of Axis vehicles were attacked by 45 and 55 Squadrons RAF. Which rearmed at the airfields inside the perimeter. The attack began after dark, with an attempt to get over the anti-tank ditch west of the El Adem Road in the 17th Australian Battalion sector, which the Australians repulsed. Another attempt was made later, and by dawn a small bridgehead had been established. Where the 5th Panzer Regiment drove through and turned northwards, ready to divide into one column for the harbor and one to move west to stop the escape of the garrison. The German tanks were engaged head-on by the 1st RHA and veered away, only to drive into the path of the British cruiser tanks, waiting hull down, and receive anti-tank fire from 3 sides, losing 16 of 38 tanks and retreated. The Australian infantry had stood their ground and pinned down the German infantry. As the retreat continued, every gun and aircraft at Tobruk fired into the area. And the German 8th Machine Gun Battalion lost about 75% of its men, including its commander Gustav Poneth. For a garrison loss of 26 men killed, 64 wounded, 2 tanks and a field gun knocked out. Attacks from the south were abandoned and the 5th Light Division dug in, with the Schwerin Group to the east. In support, the Luftwaffe and Regia Aeronautica flew 959 sorties over Tobruk. On April 14th, 40 Ju-87s bombed the defenses. On day 27, the anti-aircraft battery at Tobruk by swamping the defenses with 50 aircraft, allowing for an entire staffel. On April 16th, Rommel led an attack from the west, with the 132nd Armored Division, REIT, reinforced by the 62nd Infantry Regiment of the 102nd Motorized Division, Trento. The 48th Australian Battalion counterattacked and took 803 prisoners. In the morning, the 132nd Armoured Division, REIT, attacked again, and some tanks reached the most advanced Australian posts. On April 22nd, a company of the 48th Australian Battalion, three infantry tanks and a troop of 25-pounders, raided a hillock held by the Fabris detachment southwest of Ras El Madar. The raiders destroyed 2 guns and took 370 prisoners. At the same time, a company of the 23rd Battalion advanced across the Derna Road aircraft to Libya from Sicily in February, which flew frequent dive bomber sorties by day and medium bomber raids by day and night on the docks, buildings, anti-aircraft sites, artillery positions, and the airfields. Westland Lysander aircraft and all but the most essential ground. After the failure to capture Tobruk off the march, Commando Supremo and the Oberkommando der Wehrmacht agreed that Tobruk should be captured and supplies accumulated before the advance into Egypt was resumed. Rommel thought that Tobruk could only be taken by a deliberate attack, which could not begin until support units had arrived in the area and the Luftwaffe had been